Today we're going to be making the hurricane, which is a very American drink. If I walked into a bar here in Australia, I would not be able to order one. Even if I explained how it was made, I still don't think I'd be able to get the bartender to make it, simply because they probably don't have passionfruit syrup on hand. It's not something we usually use too much in cocktails here. The hurricane is said to have been created at an Irish pub in New Orleans called Pat O'Brien's in the 1940s. Now I say it's said to because the history is, again, a bit murky, and there are other claims to the hurricane, but Pat O'Brien's is the most famous. Whenever I go to America, this is a drink I try to have at least once. I really do love the hurricane, and there are a number of different recipes around, and some of them not as good as others. And for me, I really like my hurricane to be red. In the 1940s, during the war, it was very hard to source whiskey in America. What the liquor sellers would do is insist that bars, if they ordered whiskey, they had to take double the quantity in rum as well. So of course, they had so much rum on hand, bars had to be creative and use up that rum. So that is how the hurricane was born. The original hurricane is quite different to any hurricane you can get today, even at Pat O'Brien's. In the 40s was that it used a passionfruit syrup called Fashionola, and this was red. So that's how it got its red colour. Nowadays, passionfruit syrup is yellow. So to create the red colour, you really do need to add a red syrup like Grenadine. So this is my version of a hurricane, and it's my favourite, which is to use Jamaican rum, and I like to use Myers dark rum. And I also have some Cointreau in there for a bit of orange flavour. I use passionfruit syrup, I use Grenadine and lemon juice. And I like to garnish it with an orange half wheel and a cherry. So let's get into it. Ice into the shaker. I'm going to make the garnish first, well, part of it anyway. So I'm just going to cut a slice of orange. You know what, I think I'm going to do a whole wheel. So put a little cut in here so I can stick it on the glass, and I'll just leave that there for now. So now I need lemon juice. 15 mils or half an ounce of lemon juice. Next, I'm going to need 15 mils or half an ounce of Cointreau or triple sec or any orange liqueur. I just want to get a bit of orange flavour. Sometimes you'll find that hurricanes are made with orange juice, but I don't really like to do that. I'd rather just put a little bit of Cointreau in there, which also gives it a bit of sweetness. And we need passionfruit syrup. Again, 15 mils or half an ounce of passionfruit syrup. I use Monan's just because I love that passionfruit smell. You can use any passionfruit syrup that you like, or you could make your own. I should say 15 mils or half an ounce of Grenadine. This is to give it the red colour. You don't need a lot. I wonder how it would go with raspberry. Might be something I might try just to see. So now we need 60 mils or 2 ounces of dark Jamaican rum. You could actually combine rums. You could put 30 mils of a dark rum, and you could put 30 mils of, say, gold rum. You could even use white rum, but I think gold spiced rum would be pretty interesting. You know, this is the great thing about being your own home bartender, in that you can make drinks that you can't actually order in your country. You know, like I can't go into a bar and order a hurricane just because they won't have the ingredients. And I'd say most Australian bartenders probably don't know how to make one. You know, it doesn't matter, I can make it myself. Let's give this a shake. And that is nice and cold. Okay, what I do need to do, see, I have a very large glass. I've been trying for so long to get a smaller, like half size hurricane glass, but I just cannot find one here. So I'm going to put a real lot of ice in here just so I can fill the glass up. So I've just half filled this with crushed ice, and I'm going to free pour this in, which is the custom for a hurricane, which means that you just basically take the lid off. Not sure why I've got a strainer. So just take the lid off and pour it in. So we're going to need a straw in here, and let's attach the garnish. Okay, so let's attach our orange wheel, and I'm going to add a cherry, which I'm just going to float on the top. It'll be best to capture this probably. So here we have a hurricane. Beautiful, red, in a hurricane glass as it should be. Let's give it a taste. Oh, this is so nice. All the flavors mingle so well with the rum and the lemon juice and the passion fruit. It just tastes so good. And I can taste that little hint of orange from the Cointreau. This is a very tropical, delicious drink. Great for summer. I'm in winter, but it still works. And you can make it at home. Have you ever tried a hurricane? Have you tried it in New Orleans? I've never been to New Orleans, but I'd love to go sometime. And what did you think? Did you love it or did you like it? Was it red? Was it yellow? If you've enjoyed this video and learning how to make a hurricane, then please like and subscribe. And I'll look forward to you next time for another cocktail. Cheers!